Morning, it is 10:01 a.m. on Friday, May 5th, 2023. Call this meeting of the Wichita County Commissioners. Today is a special non-voting session. Number one, receive update Wichita Valley water project from Damian Parker. Come on to the podium. Come on, introduce yourself and get an update.
I'm Damian Parker.
And that thing will raise up. I'll have to tell you how. Okay.
I'm the general manager for Wichita Valley Water Supply, and you guys were gracious enough to help us out with some ARPA funding. So we're trying to do a line extension. Right now, speaking with engineers, a couple days off and on. They are. He said about 75% surveying. And the surveying draftsman is drafting the plans as they go, and they hope to have plans to us by June 1st, and on weather things like that could slow them down.
They're drafting as
they go. And he says they're going. He says that they're drafting the survey, keeps up with the surveyors, so they're kind of working hand in hand there. It took us a good while to get to this point. Everybody's don't know what's happening. Nothing really that you can see. But there were some. It was between 130 and 140 owners that we had to contact and get permission to go through and survey on the property. So there was actually about 3 rounds of mailings. We got pretty good response to start with, and there was some slow back to us, and others we had to coerce a little bit. But for the most part, it's been fairly well received. Only a couple of landowners particularly interested, one reason or another. But for the most part, I'd say the vast majority are happy and ready for it. But once they get the plans, they'll get the preliminary plans, we'll go over those and make sure everything. I think it should be. They'll do the finals, and then at that point we should be ready to put it out for bid. So hopefully sometime later in the year we can get it out and get it going. Like I say, it's been a long, slow process. To this point. Once it actually starts. If they can get supplies and equipment, that's been a big issue. That's been a big issue for our industry right now. High connections and that sort of thing. It's everything. It's everything. So we're all fighting at the same time.
I know there's a lot of questions. around it. What is the general timeline? What is the general timeline for how long it takes once it comes out?
I hate to say, but it's a pretty good stretch of line. There'll have to be some tree clearing and things done, but I would think they could get it in less than a year. I know that's vague. But I really don't have a good handle on that right now.
There's a lot of issues.
Barring any major issues that could be had at that time. Well, yes, sir. You bet. I do agree with that. So,
And nothing's changed with the direction of initial proposal.
No, it's pretty much stayed the same. There's a couple of areas, like say we had one who just flat out said no, we're not surveying. So we'll have to veer go around those folks. Well, I don't know. They don't know this at this point in time. But a landowner does that. Go around, and we have to stay around there. We're going to stay right away. If they ever want service, they'll have to move it, paid onto their property, give us an easement for them to get the water. So it's kind of an incentive for them to go ahead and up front.
I can't imagine the case, but I'm the case.
There's one that wants to be paid for. That's not typically something we do, but he says his property is worth anything anyway because it's a swamp, so they don't need water. But that's okay. We'll zip around him and keep.
Still a free country.
Yes, sir.
And the master on that line's going to be up by 287.
Yes.
By 287.
Yes, we'll be back there by 287. Well, City of Wichita Falls is upsized that line from the tap. We're going to set our pump station, and so they'll pay the difference. They'll pay the difference. Upsize that'll be theirs. That'll be theirs. Late to our entry. They'll take that.
And is that's on the west side? That's on the west side of the road of 369, or the east side,
It will be
racetrack side, racetrack side,
It will
or
be on the east side. And then we'll cross down there by Sprague. Down there by Sprague, our intent. So cross there and set our pump station there, and then we'll be on
west side and go all west side and go all. And then when we turn west off of 369, are we stay straight? Are we stay straight all the way to?
No, it'll follow some of those roads out there that kind of make that little jag. But it's not going to just go. It's not going to just go across. We'll stay where there's roadways.
Danny, when we get, there's some places that are on the east side, get us there, we're gonna be a number in one place. Will it be responsibility of the landowner?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a good idea, if we could get that done while we're putting
Probably
it in?
so. And what we try to do with those is instead of doing a bore for every one, do a bore for these two. Right there. Set the meters.
And this is really a fast one.
Yes, majority of those.
I have a question. Since that's mainly business, would it not be smarter to on each end and let them run the line all the way down?
Maybe.
That way would be your main.
That's a possibility as well. We could do that 2-inch or 4-inch across there.
I've encouraged them to, when we get closer to contact with the contractor. We're in constant contact. Call his name. He always calls Gary to He's staying up on it. He's staying up on it. So
The guy with quality.
He's staying up with about every 2 weeks. And he's willing to do whatever he can do to make it happen.
I think it's gonna be a popular.
And then heading west, following those roads, clipping the top, like, what's the road we talked about? Week School. Does it run down Week School? And then it catches some of the roads that go from the south, out of Iowa Park, going north, come across the head of them?
I should have brought him out.
Well, that's okay. I can't see how we school and all the others. I can't see how that laid out in my mind.
It kind of zigzags down that way. Eventually will tie back existing line to an existing line.
And we, with any luck at all, can go as far as what? How far do you think what road will we turn south on, or tie back in on? Can we go to Johnson?
I don't know. Without having it right in front of me, because I'm not as familiar with all those roads out there as you guys are. Gosh, I can't remember. If I can see it right here, maybe.
And which is really all contingent though on the bid, right?
Yes, that's going to be a big part. That's going to be a big part of it.
Okay.
Because we've had some interest just north before we're going to turn. But I think it's the boys right out there.
Yeah.
That if they can get up top, that's not going to be an issue. Come to it.
Along 369 or through
either way, probably through personal property.
They'd have to cross through me, and I'd be willing to work with them on that.
I mean, that would be more desirable, I would think, to be, but if they have to.
It would be cleaner if they ran it down from that way. That way, if you ever are getting tired and go more north and go more north, it's already run down that.
Yeah, I think that would be
for your infrastructure long term. I would rather have it down that road than have it across personal property.
Yeah.
What do you think the maximum? I've been contacted by people on Smoker.
Oh yeah.
So In your opinion, do you think they could ever, if they put their own line in, can they stretch out that far?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how far that is across there.
I'm gonna look here too.
There's Smoker Road there.
Probably pushing a mile.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just one or two folks, maybe. I don't know that without running a big line out there that you could do a whole lot.
I finally, and I don't know, I realize your water changed, but I finally have current city manager on board with trying to start putting in water lines for their people and their ETJ and their people even outside of their ETJ. He's now realizes the problem. Didn't never understand it before, and they're actually willing to start trying some of that too.
That's a good thing, because there's a lot of people right out there that are crying for it.
Now, Mick, it looks like the city limits takes the first partial
quarter
distance
mile,
of
maybe.
Smokel.
Tenth of a mile, maybe.
Tenth. But do you think that encompasses their CCN too? Their water capabilities go to there?
Yeah, they have water. City has water on Smoker right now, but the people that are wanting it are people that are gonna be down closer to, the first crossroad and the second crossroad properties in there. And there was one that's actually wanting to do a development out there, housing development, but there again, it's gonna require water, so.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I'm not
y'all
sure.
know I'm pretty vocal about that, but I'd love to help anybody I can get water. Water's a huge asset. I mean, it's.
What kind of experience do you have with that, Mickey?
Well, I got home last night at 12:15 because I was working on water and hauling water because pumps broke.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, and it's,
If you know,
every day.
you know, don't you?
I mean, I've been in this for almost 30 years now, and I've said all along that someday we're going to pay what water's worth, and
Yeah.
we're getting there. I mean, it's we're getting there quickly. I know, and not only I'm paying an extra $35 a month surcharge on top of the water bill.
real, only.
Yep.
But so you think that could go run down Weath School and then Getsy?
Yes, I believe that's right, Jeff.
Okay. Well, it could go down, I mean, it might, if with luck, we can make it to Johnson, that'd be great. And it'd sure help tie you in on a bunch of those skinny fingers that are coming up
Yes.
out of Iowa Park.
Yes, and having it looped like that will help us tremendously when we tie back in, because there's so many areas out on our whole system out up towards the end that when they got out there over the years, they chop it down to a 2-inch line. Time goes by, there's more and more people added to it. Well, you eventually saturate that, and you can't put any more people on it. You have to either upgrade it or say, no, we can't service you.
Right.
And we hate saying no, but sometimes if we're out of taps, we just can't do it.
Well, Dan, any of this, so this thing traveling, our CCN, is it modified to cover that?
It will be.
Okay.
It will be.
And is there any, it obligates us if we
Yes.
CCN more than what we're currently providing?
Yes. We can't legally tell somebody no, that we're not gonna service you.
If we have the CCN in the area?
If we have the
Okay.
CCN in the area. We can't really say no to a customer, other than saying that we don't have the capacity to serve you, so there's gonna have to be an upgrade. And generally that falls on the customer that wants to extend that service.
Gotcha.
And then it reverts back to us. So we're trying to not put anything in that small. We have since I've been here anyway, because it's been an issue, and like I say, you get out there on the end of those lines and the 2-inch just won't provide that much service.
Right.
And there's only a certain number of customers you can put on it according to TCEQ rules, and then you start running out of volume and pressure and everything else. So we're doing our best not to put anything in the ground less than 4 inch.
But you're hoping you're letting bids by when?
I'm hoping we're letting bids by the end of summer. I mean, if he gets his preliminary plans in June and we can get everything squared away, you know, surely by the end of July, middle part of August, we can be bidding this project. I would hope. That's my hope.
Okay.
Like I say, you know, barring anything coming up that slows it down.
Well, that's good news, all good news.
That's, yeah, I'd call Jeff and ask about all the ribbons on all the, corner post.
Yeah.
You know, I guess everywhere y'all putting a ribbon is a survey point.
I'm not sure how they're doing that, but I was probably so.
Cause there's some signs that are on there, some telephone poles, but not all, some corner posts, but not all.
Yeah.
But typically, Mick, those plans even incorporate, I've seen them incorporate, permanent trees like
Yeah, they do.
pecan
there's-
tree or
there's some that have a ribbon will be tried on a tree, or
Yeah, I'm
So
not
they're-
sure why they're
I'm
marking
assuming
it that way.
anything with a ribbon is gonna be on the plans.
Probably.
The way I would, cause it's kind of odd, they might skip some corner posts, but not all.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that. I don't know. Them surveyors are a little different, but they got their own way of doing things. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be asking for a 20-foot easement right, you know, along their property line. So, and we'll try our best to stay as close to the fence line as we can. But that 20-foot will give us more room to get in there and work if we ever need to work a leak or
Right.
anything like that. So,
Well,
Thank you much.
All right, thank you very much.
very
Danny,
welcome.
thank
guys.
you for coming over and
You bet. Thank y'all.
All right, let's head on to item 2, review and discuss regular bills. Y'all will
poor Victor's on the hot seat
I know, that's
today.
what I told you. Will y'all remind me, I saw the US Cellular bill for October, November, December for GPS on vehicles. That law enforcement vehicles?
Patrick, I
Yes, sir.
think.
Okay. And is that just a monthly charge we pay for the monitoring service, or is that installation, or?
Just the monthly monitoring charge.
And you've been happy with that, hadn't you, Patrick? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yes.
you showed me a few times, and Will's have, of just the different capabilities of it.
Yeah, there's a lot there, a lot of features that are just in the basic package that we don't use, but, I mean, there's a lot of good information that can be extrapolated from that website.
Yeah, they gave me the demo of that, and I left going, well, I'm sure somebody can use all this information. It's not really me, but,
Yeah.
okay. What do y'all mainly use that for? Just keeping tabs on where vehicles are for patrol type things, or?
Speed, where people are, where they're going, you know.
Because prior to that, did you not
That's
good.
are you not randomly, you can actually see who's closest to something you need them to go to, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the supervisors will get on their phone sometimes and they'll look, and if there's a hot call, you know, they'll look and make sure that we have the right units going so that we're, you know, getting people there as quickly as possible. I mean, if we're talking about a low-level theft after the fact or something like that, you know, something we can't do anything about at the time, then, you know, we'll just let the deputy who's assigned to go to that call.
Are they currently tied in with dispatch?
No, sir. City won't allow it.
They won't allow the GPS to be tied in on yours?
No, they won't allow the app to be put on their computers.
Really? Cause we track all the city cars,
Mhm.
and it's the same, I guess it's a different program than what they use,
Yes, sir.
and they didn't wanna allow it.
Then, you know, well, Rutledge is the one who went and talked to, I'm pretty sure it was Vaughn, and, or no, anyways, he talked to somebody over at the city who's over dispatch right now, and they're just not interested in putting that app on that computer, because, you know, we just need it on the one station,
Yeah,
and they said no.
it's a little, it's a invaluable tool for dispatch.
It is.
Because when you get a call come in, you know exactly where your deputies are, and you can assign that call by GPS, and it's just
It cuts out the middleman of the supervisor having to look and see and make sure that we're sending the right deputy
it speeds up the process. I'm really surprised that they said no.
Well, and, Patrick, on at some point going forward, you'll eventually have a laptop
No, I agree.
capabilities in cars.
The mayor.
We're hoping to. There've been some hurdles to that, but, Brennan, you know, he helped implement the PDs, and I talked with him a little bit about what that kind of stuff entails, and he told me that the most expensive part is just getting the hardware and getting it set up. He said after that, the cost per month is, you know, nominal compared to that. So he said just standing up the structure would be.
But like right now, one of the things that in Wichita Wilbarger 911 assists us with paying for, the appraisal district for paying pictometry fees, and those pictometry fees are loaded into dispatch, or the pictometry capabilities, so that you can say, hey, I can see right here, which you have that capability of being looking yourself and saying, hey guys, it looks like you can't get down the alley that way, or you can't do, or watch out for there's another deal right behind that. And
Yeah, that'd be nice to have, but
Did you
work within the framework we got right now.
I'll address that. I have a question for you, Joe.
yeah,
With Wilbarger 911 and the GPS tracking of the county, isn't those consoles belong to 911? I'm wondering if those computers belong to 911. It might not be a city computer, what I'm getting at.
Oh,
We might need to, that might be something that somebody else actually owns. We might need to check into that,
okay.
because I don't know that they could.
Okay, well, I'll have Will get with you, because, you know, like I said, he's the one who reached out with them, he's the one who did all the GPS things, so.
I can confirm that with Paul and just see what
Yeah.
he tells us, and because we are the ones that buy them, I just don't know then
If we give them to them, or they just, yeah.
if we're not, maybe that's as far as that extent goes.
Okay.
I know that there was issue, Patrick, similar, different scenario, but we pushed back hard on the ambulance service. 911 goes from here to Dallas call center back to here, and that was a big controversy back in its time, because we had to modify some things that our system wouldn't allow to happen and upgrade to do so. But it's very similar to what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Any other questions on bills?
I do.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring to y'all's attention that our conversation last week must have been heard, because Mark's landfill bill this week for his dumpster was only $168,
Really?
down from $700.
Now, how did that happen?
They only charged for the landfill this time. They didn't charge for the dumpstering yet. I found that odd. Just sharing.
I did touch base with Margaret yesterday afternoon just to check on her, and she sounded weakly, but she's holding her own good.
That's good.
Also, precinct 3, your landfill is only $72. No,
But do you think, but under landfill, do you think that's not meaning
well,
dumpster?
that could just mean our dump trucks. Are y'all running straight to the dump truck, the landfill nowadays?
No, I think landfill, like if I pay my dumpster bill and it's $84 out at Electra, it's listed landfill.
We are not, but we're gonna have to start, because we've been stockpiling. That's really not a good program, but we hadn't, at least on that bill as of yet.
No.
Good.
Victor, do you know, on the a credit side of a bill equation, what should we do something if we know the credit's out there, or does that eventually catch up with itself? How is that supposed to best be handled?
As far as I remember from my tenure back in AP, yeah, it would be nice to know if we have a credit as soon as possible, because then we could apply it to the next bill. However we want it. You know, Glenda and Brenda are pretty good at calling the places and telling them, hey.
Well, Barry, you had a manifold or something that went back to Cat, and it was like a $3,000 credit to you, and I was looking at, they're trying to charge us for some warranty stuff, and I'm disputing that, but I stumbled across that just pretty recent, and I wasn't sure, but I didn't know that how we make sure Barry gets the credit on his next purchase versus me getting the credit. Because we do have accounts within, but there's one big account, so. Yeah, all of us have, we can break down and determine whose bill it should be expensed to, but when a credit occurs, I'm not sure we know.
We note, you know, on the bills, we noted on the ticket, you know, precinct 1, precinct 4, whatever, but I don't know if that's been done on the credit, on a credit like that.
I don't know either, Victor. It just, when I saw that, I wondered instantly, well, it wouldn't be fair for me to get the credit off of Barry's return, because he got the expense.
Yeah, that'd be probably tricky. We would probably wait until Barry does another purchase to do like, you know, credit that return, because it would dive into like meshing with other funds. That's
We
probably.
don't ever seem to have enough credits, but we do get one. They get used up somehow.
But yeah, as soon as you find out you have a return or a
Yeah.
credit, do tell
Okay.
Linda and Margaret, for sure.
Okay.
Any other questions on bills? All right, moving on to item 3. Discuss and review jail maintenance projects and work orders. Chief, you got anything?
Oh, just, waiting on those filters. I don't know where we are with that, and we're still shorthanded, but we're not hemorrhaging people. Knock on wood, we've been holding steady with what we've got. We got one on the board for next week to come in, but other than that, we're holding steady. We're not seeing a lot of applications. We do have a couple of job fairs coming. We have one today, and we've got one next month that our community services guys are going to be hitting. So we're working.
Jail numbers staying pretty steady.
Yes, sir. Population staying about the same.
What is our population right now?
I was mid-4s when I left.
464 on the list here.
I don't pay bills for the constables all the time.
No. Is that on yours?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it may have just gone accidentally. Okay, then we'll move on to item 4. Receive status report on salaries and overtime. Yeah, to your point, Chief, the cost per working hour has gone down 4 pay periods in a row now, because it's more of the mix is changing to more regular and less overtime, so I'm sure that's part of the function of what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Patrick, on the, I was looking the date here. I think, Nancy, the 16th, Mark, what was that date Nancy, or Debbie told us yesterday for Purple Wave? The 15th or 16th?
Like I'm gonna remember.
Let me look here, Patrick. It's the 16th. So with luck, maybe that afternoon, we can look at some things and take some pictures of absolutely something you'd let them list online to sell.
Oh, sure.
It's that online group, kind of like what Shote used to do for y'all, I think, a lot of it was Renee Bates, but oddities are strange things outside of police vehicles. Purple Wave is a real aggressive group.
Okay, yeah.
Any other questions on that?
Yeah.
Alright. It is 10:31. The court is adjourned.
Good morning, Tommy.